I love you, Daddy.
Sins of the father.
I love you, Daddy.
Sins of the father.
I love you, Daddy.
Sins of the father.
I love you, Daddy.
Sins of the father. Come to Papa.
I love you, Daddy.
Yes, we do this the Catholic way. Juggernaut gives a fuck not about what you say.
You, Daddy.
You will understay, assume the position. The dungeon smelling like fishes. We leave them hanging from the ceiling. This the
Daddy.
Inquisition, man on a mission. Don't take it personal, this is nothing but business. My game is universal, but you'll see when I'm finished. Pretty girl with them hurt holes, it'll make her pay attention. And now she washing dishes, minding her own. This is Africa, I used to bucket naked at home. When I lift my garage door, you see that candy and chrome. When I speak it's a lion's roar, so don't mind my tone. You niggas better act wrong. Sins of the father.
I love you, Daddy.
Sins of the father.
I love you, Daddy.
Sins of the father. Yes, I create and I break law, and I do have the intention to take
I love you, Daddy.
Laying punishment don't mean that I hate y'all. Must have forgot we came up off them 8
I love you,
balls.
Daddy.
Ball, yes we will. Put my dick on your heart. I give a fuck how you feel. Why you niggas staring at me when I grab the goodwill? Make $1 billion for your children. What the fuck is a meal? What the fuck is the deal?
Daddy.
Sins of the father.
I love you, Daddy.
Sins of the father.
I love you, Daddy.
Sins of the father. You niggas move too messy to come and test me. You fuck around and receive the blessing with no confessing. Face the rejection, space of consequences. Immaculate conception and make you drop all defenses.
I love you, Daddy.
Stop your crying and bitching, lying and snitching, riding over these ditches because it does keep the riches.
I love you,
for my
Daddy.
constituents, memorize the blueprint and leave a poltergeist fingerprint. We ain't about that bullshit.
I love you,
Sins
Daddy.
of the father.
I love you, Daddy.
Sins of the father.
I love you, Daddy.
Sins of the father. A chessboard that I was made for, and let 1,000,000 skeletons blitzkrieg right up on my paws. I kick down doors from the Luxor. This is thoughts cut from a different cloth. Nigga, fuck
I
what
love
you
you,
thought.
Daddy.
Silly bitches get taught or get caught in the onslaught. This is order, then I buy some clock for my sons
love
and
you,
daughters.
Daddy.
Ain't no water for a beggar. This is man of the mega. And always remember, nigga, it is alpha
I love
over
you,
beta.
Daddy.
Sins of the father.
I love you, Daddy.
Sins of the father.
I love you, Daddy.
Nanu. Y'all hear me? Is everything Gucci? Gucci man. Oh my God, man. The world I gotta live through is just crazy shit, right? Fucking bananas. So, we got some information today to relinquish to the people. There's a lot of weight being landed on my shoulders. Street weight, politic weight, all types of shit. Regardless of that, I have found out some pertinent info about everything that has occurred with me here in this great Las Vegas. Can I tell you about the time I came to Las Vegas? I fell in love with the devil. Fucking phenomenal. Right? So, I'm on the fucking talking to my producer. The producer lets me know. He said, hey, man, you know the devil's birthday is April 2nd. I said, April 2nd? What the fuck are you talking about, bro? So, you know, I look it up. And lo and behold, not only December 2nd,
I mean, April 2nd, but there's a couple of other dates that are considered to be his birthday. And we have to talk about this. We must go in. That's the wrong one. Which we're going to go into that here too in a second. Watch how all this works together. Because for 8 years, in the span of the 8 years I've been here, I moved here specifically October 17th, 2013. So it is December 1st, 2021. So that's 8 years in a month, I mean, in a couple of days, whatever. 15 days, whatever. So in the span of that time, I've written 8 books. 3 of those, as you should know, is called Kicked Out of Heaven, 1,000 Years in the Medieval Times. Now, what's so interesting about this is what we find here. Okay, let me go to this page right here. Y'all need to be sharing my YouTube page, all of that. Look at this. The Devil's birthday. Do we see it? Do we see the date? This date right here, December 11th. Do you see it, people? Are you with me? Was the birthday of my ex, B. Yo, fucking phenomenal. This is phenomenal. This is great, Cause that's what, and then August 15th is Nipsey Hussle's birthday. So, and I'm highly connected to both of these days. December 11th is a date that is written inside the Black Man's Bible. Okay? So we have to understand that the woman I was just dealing with, not only is that her birthday, but she graduated in Europe. In fucking Europe. So the Kicked Out of Heaven is completely real. You understand? It is thorough. Do you understand me? Okay? It is live hoof clacking on the cobblestone. Okay? Everything that's in there Kicked Out of Heaven. Stay away from women born on these days, my nigga. Because I have gone through the ups and the downs, the left and the right, the heebie and the jeebie. You understand? That is what I've been dealing with for the past 8 years. And the shit just split my dome in two. You understand? This is what it is. So, let's go back here. Those specifics you need not know. The social worker or the sunflower lady. What does that matter? Well, let's do it. Since you want to put both of those in the same context, let's go ahead and talk about it. On the video, let me see here. Let's pull up the video. We'll play the video. Let's play the video for the people. Okay. This video right here. Where is it at? Oh, it's down. It's right here in the Boomaye is right here. Where's the video at? Okay, I can't find the music video. It's right here. Here it is right here. So this video. There she is. You saw the look in the eye. She's a baddie. Okay? So, I'm not going to tell you all the details because I ain't finna get down like that. That's Saint Homogeneous, who is the saint of the pimping. We're going to talk about him in a second because we all need to give some recognition to Saint Homogeneous. Okay? But as we were talking about this video right here, this is real interesting. The sunflower lady and the girl in this video got the same exact first name. The girl in the song, and you see me drinking the scotch on top of the Polo Towers. I was in the Polo Towers right there in the purple that night. And we sitting on my whip And that strap right there in Shorty's head is a Kel-Tec PLR 16. And then I got on the Barons jersey. The Barons is connected to Satchel Paige and all of the shit that Joe Biden was talking about. He the great Negro and all this other shit. But the Saga City records, you see it, and you see the Catholic cross. Okay? But what's so cold about it is, yeah, the girl in the second verse, the slave that I'm talking about, and has the same first name as Shorty, is the Sunflower Girl. So the ups and downs and the left and rights with that is pretty fucking wild. But yeah. So besides that, now that we see that the witchcraft in the medieval is really that heavy and clear, we need to go to another phase of the game, which is this one. I want you to look at this title with me. Woman reportedly caught breastfeeding cat on a Delta Airlines flight. What is the date on this article? It is November 30th, 2021. Do you understand? Let's read it. A woman on a Delta Airlines flight reportedly began to breastfeed her cat during the flight and refused to stop when confronted by the crew. According to Newsweek, the incident happened on a flight between Syracuse, New York, and Atlanta, Georgia. So that is East Coast witchery. That is not any witch of the West Coast flanks that we yet to know about. Okay? A now viral message posted on social media shows a screenshot of an aircraft communications addressing and reporting system message from the pilot to the ground, which says, request red coat meeting AC, a PAX passenger in seat 13A is breastfeeding a cat and will not put cat back in its carrier when flight attendant requested. Do you see? We have, yes, it is on the message board that they are breastfeeding the cat. Redcoats are elite airport customer service experts, which I will do further investigation on who these niggas are. I've never heard of that shit. According to Delta, who were requested to meet the woman who once the plane landed. Flight attendant Ainsley Elizabeth, I told you, I see this fucking name every day, at least 5 to 6 times a day, who allegedly was on the flight, added on TikTok on November 13th, this woman had one of those, like, hairless cats swaddled up in a blanket, so it looked like a baby. Her shirt was up, and she was trying to get the cat to latch, and she wouldn't put the cat back in the carrier, and the cat was screaming for its life. It was forced against its will. Crime was conducted. Arrest the assailant. They are abusing the cat with breast milk. Do you understand how this is working? Delta allows passengers to bring small dogs and cats as emotional support animals. And God gave me the support foot for a dumbass. You understand? This is what we have here. Now, into the cabin during a flight, but they must stay in a carrier under the seat in front for the entire flight. Delta says they have seen passengers interpret emotional supportive to mean comfort turkeys, gilding possums, snakes, spiders, and more over the years because you're a fucking fool. Anybody who is that closed-minded to their environment deserves great steak, my friend. Do you understand what I'm telling you? Okay? Now, let me see what we're talking about when I say the steak. Can we talk about the steak? I want to talk about the steak. Let's talk about the steak. You know? Yeah, the Poltergeist dropped on the 7/7/2020. And also, Seventh Book, which is the hidden book, dropped on 7/7/2020. Okay? But the Poltergeist album goes with the Real Nigga Etiquette Voodoo Edition. Okay? As you can see. Please never get that confused. Because the song Stay Alive is the one that has all the souls from the Poltergeist up in it. You know? So, this is the real shit, man. Now, let's go in. Now, we see the woman is breastfeeding the cat. What type of activity is this? Have we lost our fucking mind? You feed the animal, you feed the possum on the plane, in front of the people. You scared the children. The children said it was a horrific event. People felt assaulted, accosted. Do you understand? It wasn't good for the soul. People ran for their rosary beads, is what happened. Okay? Now let's look at it. The familiar, what do we have here? Let me see if we can blow this up a little bit. Okay. Yeah, the witch's teat. We gonna talk about it. The Catholic Church, nigga. Yeah, let's go ahead. Let's go ahead. Okay. Familiars were found on the continent, as cats were named familiars at this time. Let me see here. Let's talk about the picture 139 right here, the description. Okay, a witch and her familiars illustration. Okay, a witch feeding her animals from England. Okay, the companionship of witches and cats was also a commonplace of English witchcraft theory. The English witch's familiar, the domesticated demon who carried out her maleficia, could be incarnated as a small animal. One of the earliest recorded familiars was a cat, supposedly named Satan. The witch demonstrated allegiance to her demonic familiar by allowing it to suck her blood from the witch's teat hidden in some anomalous place on her or his body. Okay, are you listening? Okay, this is 1600s, 1500s here. Familiars were found on the continent, especially in Germany, but they were commonest in England, where they had curious names such as Vinegar Tom, Pie Wacket, Tib, Sack and Sugar, or Grizzle Greedy Guts. Is it possible that the English and German predilection for familiars stemmed from their fondness for pets? But these beings were in their origins the little people of folklore, transformed by Christian theology into demons and hence acquiring sinister attributes. They had intercourse with the witches or sucked the blood of the mistress through witches' teats. The search for the witches' teat, or supernumerary protuberance, was one of the most appalling aspects of prosecution for witchcraft in England. In Scotland, pricking was more in favor. Concern about witchcraft was still moderate in England through the reign of Elizabeth I, John Dee. 1527 to 1608, a magician having considerable influence at court, had a large library on all aspects of magic, including continental witchcraft, but continental ideas were still far from English practice. Okay, now let me see what we got here. Okay. All right, we don't need to read that part. Here's the definition of teat. The protuberance under the breast udder in female mammals, except the monotreme through which the milk ducts discharge. Nipple or mammalia, something resembling a teat. Tit number 2 in definition. It says, see tit 2 right here. Tit 2. It says a teat, a female breast. Do you understand? Okay, what is going on here? So, the visible marks. Okay, hold on. Let's go up here. The mark of Satan. Although confession was deemed desirable, it was not always considered necessary in order to ensure conviction. In many cases, evidence provided by witnesses was sufficient in itself. The presence of the devil's mark alone was enough. It was generally recognized that of these devil marks, there were two kinds, visible and invisible. The visible marks were well known and easily discoverable, being moles, warts, birth stains, supernumerary teats, and various spots of cicatrices of unusual or abnormal appearance. It was in an effort to find these marks that the witch was stripped naked and had all her hair shaved off, as we like them today. Okay. As regards the invisible marks, it would appear that these might well have baffled every kind of search, but the witch finders were nothing if not ingenious. They held that there was one characteristic which any invisible badge of the devil invariably possessed. The flesh at the precise point where the mark existed was insuspectable to pain and susceptible to pain, and would fail to bleed even if punctured by the sharpest implement. If there existed on any part of the skin surface a spot that did not bleed when cut, then need ones seek no further for evidence that the woman was a witch. In his learned treatise on witchcraft, King James the First said that the absence of blood was an infallible sign. Okay, let me see here. So we see here. Okay, here. No, this is important. Okay. The discoverer, Matthew Hopkins, is his name. It could be related to Anthony Hopkins, who played Silence of the Lambs. Isn't that an odd combination? Yet instead, the roles were reversed, in which the female made the male look like the savage witch murderer. And now, Matthew Hopkins must be rebirthed to tame the woman who wants to breastfeed the cat on the plane. Do you understand? So, we have the savage witch that needs to be tamed in the land, and more of them will come about. And if you do not have the kicked out of heaven, you will not know what you're dealing with, because I am the only one. This is the only information underneath the sun that has been compiled chronologically correct for you to comprehend what was going on in European history and how it affects you today. If you do not know anything about European history, hence Europeans founded this country, then you don't know anything about this country. It's that simple. You may run around in your head, you have a great jerry curl, and you think the juice keeps the DNA moving, keeps the medulla oblongata and the gray matter, the cerebral cortex operating, and that is not how it works. You understand? The thyroid, the amygdala gland, the pineal gland, all of that. It has to have the great typewriter of information with long, difficult words. The Negro has to work the lips in order to speak the white man's big words. Okay? You have to have exercise, nigga. So you got to read the literature, nigga. That's how it works. You understand? So, here we go. The Discovery of Witches itself, which is available online for free, but it is in this book. You understand? And I had to do this. I had to put it like that because I do not plagiarize. We will state where the sources of all information is, as there's about a 30-page bibliography inside this literature. So, the discovery, Hopkins never traveled far for it, but in March 1644, he had some 7 or 8 of that horrible sect of witches living in the town where he lived, who every 6 weeks in the night, being always on the Friday night, had their meeting close by his house and had their several solemn sacrifices there offered to the devil. One of which the discoverer heard speaking to her imps one night, and bid them go to another witch, who was thereupon apprehended and searched by women who had for many years known the devil's marks, and found to have 3 teats about her, which honest women have not. So upon command from the justice, they were to keep her from sleep 2 or 3 nights, expecting in that time to see her familiars, which the 4th night she called in by their several names, and told them what shapes a quarter of an hour before they came in. There being 10 of us in the room, the first she called was Holt, who came in like a white kitling, Germara, who came in like a fat spaniel, without any legs at all. She said she kept him fat, for she clapped her hand on her belly and said he sucked good blood from her body. Vinegar Tom, who was like a long-legged greyhound, with an head like an ox. And the ox is a castrated bull, okay, with a long tail and broad eyes, who when the discoverer spoke to and bade him go to the place provided for him and his angels, immediately transformed himself into the shape of a child of 4 years old without a head, and gave half a dozen turns about the house and vanished at the door, sack and sugar like a black rabbit, news like a polecat. All these vanished away in a little time. Immediately after this, witch confessed several other witches, from whom she had her imps, and named to diverse women where their marks were, the number of their marks, and imps names, as Elemanzer, Pyewacket, Peck in the Crown, Grizzle, Greedy Gut, etc., which no mortal could invent. And upon their searches, the same marks were found, the same number, and in the same place, and the like confessions from the same imps. Do you understand? Okay. Another was the search for the witch's mark. The witch's mark, quite distinct from the devil's mark, was an unusual protuberance on the body that could conceivably be considered supernumerary teeth that the demons might suck in the form of familiars. Witches were stripped and searched minutely for any such of their traffic with evil. As you also see that there's an undertone of sexual activity here with the stripping of the nude and all of that, and also with the terminology of prick and how it was used then versus how it used today. Also with the significance of blood being seen from the puncturing of the skin. If blood isn't seen from the puncturing of the skin, that means she's not a virgin. If you puncture the skin and the blood comes out, that means she's a virgin. She was chaste and holy and pure. You understand? You see, when she's not a virgin, that means she does not blush anymore. She's a prostitute. She's lost her way. She did not stay chaste. She is comfortable and familiar with violence. Do you understand? This is why it is difficult for a male to think like a female. A female has to invite violence in order to have fun. And male's thinking structure cannot operate like that. That's everything from the hymen all the way down to the pregnancy, which means that's how their full complex of thinking works. They invite fun, and they invite violence, and violence is supposed to be accepted as a pain. As a good feel pain. You know, they say it's a good hurt. You know, that's a female psyche operation. Men go to war. So there is no good hurt when your arm gets shot off or when you get shot in your fucking bladder. That's not a good hurt. That's what men do. Men go to war. War is not inside female gender history. Female gender history states that we have a hymen that gets broke and you have to squeeze out a baby, and those areas are pain that also gets receipt of joy, of, you know, good feel for them, you know. So the devil's mark does not appear before the 15th century, and then only rarely. It became extremely common in the 16th and 17th centuries when witches were stripped and shaved in order to examine them for the mark, which was taken as absolute proof of guilt. The devil's mark was a small scar, birthmark, or other discoloration presumed to have been left upon the body by his talent. Its etiology is uncertain, though it may be a parody of the Christian popular tradition that God marks his own. Sorry about that. Symbolically, to be sure, at baptism. The devil's mark is sometimes confused with the witch's mark, a protuberance on the skin thought to be a small teat used for suckling familiars, and which is not mentioned before 1480. So 1480, it is 2020. That means we're looking at 540 fucking years, buddy. Okay? So why is this activity still occurring 540 years later? Okay? And this is my area where I put my little psychoanalytical view of what's going on with the activity. So let's go back up here. Do we have any other pictures of the familiar? You see in this picture right here, the children are being dedicated to the devils to be educated to become the witch. Okay, these are real drawings from the time periods, and that's why my book holds so much power. And you need to hold that same amount of power. You need to get the Kicked Out of Heaven, all 3 series. This is in the second volume, all 3 volumes. This is in the second volume right here. Everything about the witches and feeding the cat. So we have this. This is a picture, a drawing from the time periods. As you see, he is titled Witchfinder General. You understand? To discover the witches is what you must do. Me, naturally, I've never had a female in my life that uses makeup. I've never had a female in my life that uses nails. Who has nails or anything of that nature. That's just been a natural thing. I didn't even discover that that's what happened with my life until I was deep into this literature, writing it. And then I noticed, I said, hey, you know, it turns me on now to see a girl with no nails. Like if I go to a store or something and she's working or whatever the fuck, or, you know, if I see a girl with no nails, that shit sticks out to me, you know, because the rule with that shows that she's not attached to worldliness, is how that operates. A girl who is focused on how the world views is attached to, hence worldliness, and she's worried about the emptiness statements, which comes from the nothing space of nothing. You know, it's just like, a girl, you know, you be sitting there in a room, y'all getting hot, and you taking her clothes off. I don't want to be seen like a whore. I'd be like, who the fuck is looking? You are not important. Who the fuck is looking at you? What are you talking about? You're in the room with me, door closed, window closed. I don't want to hear this nervous, jittery, extra talking bullshit. You are not important. You invent nothing. You've done nothing. Your account is, you do not have 3 commas in your account. Get the fuck out of here. Okay? So let's do all the twerking that you was trained to do over the past couple of years, my nigga. Come on. Let's see it. Squirt this baby oil around this motherfucker. You know. Have some fun. Stop your dumb ass shit. Because the uterus ain't finna have no goddamn slave up out of me, my nigga. Because that's the rule and regulation to the game. You come out of the uterus designs you. You were birthed out of it. Now you got to run around and do its bidding. You come and fuck the uterus, nigga. You pumping real good. She making you feel good like Mighty Man. Then you got to go run around and be good slave, nigga. Okay? Until you get conditioned with female act, and you know, and you only gonna get conditioned like that once you've been through a mass amount and you understand what dynamics of what female is what. You know, like I was on the Clubhouse earlier this morning. I got pulled to the stage. My knees was a shaking, nigga. I didn't know what to do. So I'm talking to these motherfuckers in the room, and they was like, "Yo, what's your situation? Would you introduce my sons to a woman right now if I was dealing with a woman or dating?" I don't know what the fuck dating is. Let me be clear. I don't get into no nervous box about no broad. You understand? I love a woman, blah, blah, blah. You understand? But if you think I'm finna sit here and purchase a whole bunch of shit and be sitting around here twiddling around with my thumbs trying to figure out your brain, my nigga, in a public setting, when you're not even your natural self in the public setting, you're going to break down with 3 cloaks of bullshit, stereotype dumbass. You know, you worried about how motherfucker looking at you. You worried about who's in the restaurant. You worried about my communication with the waiter, your communication with the waiter. All these extra fucking nothing ass spiderweb politics ain't about shit. The fuck is you talking about? Look, if I'm gonna get to know you, if you have a you, that's the whole thing. See, motherfuckers who don't have a you got to have on makeup, got to have on all the wigs, got to have on all this so dumbass shit. And that's why, you know, it's sort of hard for me to respect a lot of motherfuckers. Because even when I go to the club or I go out to an event, niggas got shit glittering all over their fucking clothes. For what, nigga? For what? For who? For the local dumbass? For the local yokel? Who flips the patty? It's a bunch of patty flipping Subway motherfuckers up in here, nigga, and you got on all the jewelry, nigga. For what? I guess it feels good for your soul. You need fulfillment in the soul. I understand. So we fulfill the soul with rays of reflection from stones. I don't get it. You know. I mean, don't get me wrong. If my bag was up, yes, I'm going to go cop some stones. But my stones is going to be cordial, classy, nigga. And as a matter of fact, since the diamonds, I understand the power of the diamond. The diamond has mass amount of power. When I met the nigga Jay Prince, I couldn't even conversate with the nigga, really. The nigga's diamonds fucked my whole shit up. I've never seen diamonds bling like that, nigga. And I ain't never seen no diamonds bling like that since, nigga. The nigga Jay Prince, the diamonds will collect the soul, nigga. You understand? So that's what happened. My soul was drafted. I shook the nigga's hand. I got the fuck out the way. You understand? Shit. I got the fuck out the way. You dig what I'm saying? But, yeah, niggas is real extra. I don't like the extraness. The extra cloaks. A girl got to put on makeup. It's witchcraft. You are altering the natural status of God, the Messiah, who has made your face in his designation and what likeness he wanted you to have throughout this existence. If you want to alter that, then you are in league with the Dark One. Okay? You have the animal in the home. You are in league with the Dark One. Okay? You do the plastic surgery, the Botox. Imagine if the Botox, like, it starts growing mold in 5 years. It is in flesh and darkness. You do understand that. So it's inside your flesh. It's inside your darkness. And then what's going to happen in 10 years with this shit, with these butts and all of these BBLs? What is it going to look like in 10, 20 years, B? Or do you get it taken back out? Like, what the fuck is going to happen? Is there going to be, like, a genocidal situation from that? I mean, whoo! That is dangerous shit. And then you niggas got the Omarion. You have the Omarion 19. And you need to go get the vaccination, nigga. Okay? Now, y'all know I'm just playing. I don't support no goddamn vaccination, nigga. Fuck a vaccination, nigga. I do not do that. I don't want you to go get no vaccination. I don't know what to tell you about no vaccination. I rule my paradigm. I own all of my time. I answer to no mammy. I put on no mask. So I don't know what to tell you in that area. But now that we see that the witches are breastfeeding, the cat's in the air, Oh, yo, there is a company. No, I ain't even going to do it. We ain't even going to talk about that. I'm going to keep that on the hush, hush. You understand? But my head is so fucked off, man. I have been in a relationship with the devil for 8 years, B. B, the birthday is the same goddamn birthday, B. I need a drink. You understand? I don't drink. You see the beauty? You see? I don't be addicted to shit up in here, nigga. Niggas be trying to... Everybody's brain is so devilish when it comes to the quote-unquote stereotype of the black male. They want us all to be out here with the brown paper bag, singing on the corner with the do-rag, great drunk fuck-ass nigga, right? Yeah, and that's why I came with the foot. That's why we had to bring it, because we're not going to deal with that type of goddamn bullshit, man. What else is going on? So, I want to talk about this a little bit. The maturity and the puberty lines in existence. It's becoming pretty clear to me that a lot of people aren't passing their areas of maturity. So, there needs to be certain accomplishments and experiences done by a certain age, man. I know people have heard me talk about this multiple times, but guess what? I don't hear nobody else talking about it. So because nobody else is talking about it, I have to do it on repeat. Because it is affecting you and I and how people perceive things. You dig what I'm saying? Especially when it comes to the relationship space. You better be on the same scale of maturity. If people aren't reading books after the age 18, they're going to continue to be in the stage of dumbass. They're limited at the intelligence space of 18 and will remain there until the casket is hit if they do not further their intellect with proper literature. Literature meaning nonfiction, psychology, sociology, anthropology, human history, world history. Those are the only departments that you need to be in. Also, your individualistic departments that you need to study. Your astrology, biology, physiology, things of that nature. Your family line, the cultures that may be attached to your family line, gods and goddesses of your mythology system that's related to your culture from ancient times. So you need to do all of that, okay? Because I'm going to say for males, you're not really mature until I say by 21 you need to have had sex at least 50 times by 21 for maturity. To have you on a go with the future and what your possibilities are going to be. That could be with one chick, that could be with several chicks, but you at least need to do it at least about 50 times. This was encoded in the tribal, especially African tribes with their high-level complex social systems, which stagnated them from industrial building. You could definitely, when you do the details, they did have a prom type of scenario, and I've ran across this in damn near every single African tribe that I've studied. And I didn't go into details with this with Native American tribes, but you do see this amongst Asiatic and also Indian tribes of South America. And there was a courting that was done at around the ages of 8 to around 12 or 10. 12 or like 14. And they would have a little courting, little prom type thing. And they would, some tribes called it dry humping or whatever. They would lay on a mat, or they were supposed to roll around in a mat with each other. It was a little game that was being played for the chasing of the female or the chasing of the male, because some tribes flip the roles. I think it was like the Kari tribe is the Kawari, I think is the name of the tribe. They put on makeup and they over there looking like Little Richard for the booty. You understand? And they jump up and down and do all this other shit, and the women have to do the selection. So there's a lot of there's differences and different styles that are conducted throughout the multitude of cultures. But the thing is that they have a system. See, in America, there is no system that we can rely upon to say, oh, here is our recording. This is how we're going to operate. The women already have a specific intelligence about the males, and the males already have a specific intelligence about the females. That is not in here. We don't have that. So you are left on your own. And if you do not have an attraction towards the opposite gender and achieve the goal of experiences with the opposite gender, by the time of age 21, you're fucked out here. That's right. Because other people have. And some of those people have been with people who are older than them, maybe 2 times older than them. And they have been taught on the rules and the regulations and the dynamics of the booty. And you niggas are lost. And you gonna get your shit ran the fuck over. And that's exactly what's happening. 20 years out of the club, now everybody wants to know how we gonna do it. How we gonna get married, y'all? We drunk. You're drunk, hag, belly, having hairy patch on the back, motherfucker. Okay? How you gonna get married now? Okay? Yeah, you got the 4 Locos sticking out your belly button. What you gonna do? You want lovey-wubbity time. 4 babies, 5 babies. Married me long time, nigga. If you don't get the fuck out of here. Yo, a lot of women been coming at me lately, man. I'm talking about like daily now. They be coming with the paperback lunch and the goddamn 2-3 babies holding on one hand. No, nigga, I am not Big Daddy. You done lost it. No, I'm not Papa Bear, nigga. You lost your motherfucking mind. I do not smile at the stench of the child. Okay? And y'all gotta watch this shit. Like they were talking about it in the clubhouse earlier, and I didn't want to say anything because people don't like facts. That's one thing I noticed about the native. The native doesn't like facts. They don't like reality. They don't like rules and regulations that make them shut the fuck up and have to follow the system. They don't like that at all because they got the pride. Nigga, I know something too, nigga. Nigga, I need to be over here too, nigga. They got deep psychological issues, and they just can't state the position of what they're in when they're in that position. A lot of the males on the clubhouse beta males be. It's very sad that the experience rate and left niggas so weak and questionable about their existence and how to operate in it. I mean, it is fucking sad. But anyways, what I was going to state is when females have little girls and they don't have a father inside the house, there is no balance upon the scent. So the smell of testosterone and the scent that comes off of fathers is not maintenance in the house. There's no maintenance for it. So by default, the single mother and the single daughter are automatically great T-bone steak in the grocery store. You remember? When you were a child, you watched the Warner Brothers. And the wolf was hungry. Okay? No, let's do it. Tom and Jerry, the cat. The cat was hungry. The cat chases the mouse. The mouse turns into a fully cooked chicken. Am I right or wrong? You walking around with your daughter and you have no man inside the home, guess what you become? In the sight of the wolf, in the sight of the Tom, the cat, you become the turkey leg. You become great meal for devouring, for savoring. You and the child. These are the pervs. These are the predators, the predators, you have become prey. Woman is the only meat that dresses herself to be slaughtered. Huh? Medieval proverb. You better check the science. Check it. So you put on the perfumes, you put on all the extra estrogen, and every male that gets at you, 9 times out of 10, looks at you as T-bone steak and the daughter. Okay? Because they know you have no protection. Because protection that you be seeking comes from scent. First and foremost. Hence, if you study insects, if you study a lot of animals, you know, specifically the skunk, and there's a lot of other ones out there in the mammalian realm that extremely operate off of scent, which is do or don't. And guess what? Humans have that trace scent too. Okay? So I guess a quick cover-up for that might be the dog. The dog, a female dog in heat can be smelled by miles away. So if you can't smell it, or you may be able to smell it, but it's definitely an undertone that is embedded inside your clothing and embedded inside, you know, your skin and all of that other shit. The dog's running around the house. Its tail is up all day. It's farting. It's burping. It's eating your food. And, you know, and it's also eating, you know, it's eating its own food and walking around with its tongue out of its mouth and breathing with its mouth. So now you have a whole atmospheric zone in the house of dog ass. You don't even see it. You don't know nothing of this because we have dumbass working in the brain. There is no science. I believe in science and its operations. You believe in strangers on the fucking news that tell you you have the Omarion. Touch. You have the Omarion. You understand? You have the Omarion 19, okay? So if the female dog is in your home and she's in heat and dog can smell it miles away, how much of that fucking scent is inside your home? Whoo! You niggas is stank. The dog is illegal. The dog is against the law. You know what? You know one thing I noticed about the dog that y'all don't understand. The one thing that I understood way back in the day, and I love animals. Don't get me wrong. If I had a farm, I'd have probably a Great Dane. I'd probably have, you know, a Mastiff or a Presa Canaro. I know my dogs. I know my dogs probably better than the average schmo. You know, what dogs are used for what? Because each dog breed is actually bred for specific usages. Like a pit bull is actually born, or they were designed for the protection of infants, which they do very well, and the protection of pregnant women. They're not dogs for the big gangster and the goddamn chains and all this other shit. They may look crazy at the face, but that's what they're bred for, is for the protection of pregnant women and infants. And they do that naturally. So, besides that, in mythology, this is one thing that I learned way back in the day, especially with the reading of the Bible and also just the natural activity. They run back and they'll eat their own throw up. They'll eat their own feces. You know, in the Bible, they are mentioned to eat the carcasses of individuals and to be consumed by. And when we look at the mythology systems of every single system on the planet, the major ones, Greece, you have Hades, who has the triple-headed dog at the gate of hell. And then you have Anubis, who is actually the jackal dog. That is not a hyena that he is representing or any Doberman pinscher. It's the jackal. And that is also the god of the dark side, is Anubis in the Egyptian. Okay? So then when you go to the Mayan system, death is represented by a dog in Mayan mythology. So when we have all of these definitions on what the dog is, compiled from different cultures of the old world, then we definitely have a definition of what it is today. And the stench is fucking phenomenal. I'm tired of going in stores everywhere and I can smell people. I went to the post office the other day, and this is correlated to what we just saw with this woman feeding the fucking cat, which I already knew about. It's right here. Right here. Okay? I go to the post office and the women, they're up in there with the raggedy, thick-ass socks on and the fucking Crocs, and I can smell 8 layers of perfume on your insane ass while you wearing this big-ass sheep jacket. You look crazy. You look stank. It's fucking disgusting. But are we reading literature? No. The philosophers state, and also medical sciences of today state, I'm talking about doctors I can show you from books from the 1950s and 60s where they clearly state that the female's defiance of a household and also her lack of being maintained by a male, she will internally plummet. Okay? She neglects the household because of work and workload, but the man does not neglect society because of workload. The man goes out and he has to build society daily. Okay? He does not compute this as a slavery. Yet the woman computes any work that she does inside of her home as a slavery system. If she is not being maintained by a man, nor if she's running around chasing the children, her health will diminish, her intelligence will diminish, her position in society will diminish, she will be neglected upon by her neighbors and her siblings, and that's just the way the cookie crumbles. Okay? If she wants to be against this, then go ahead. We'll see how many are at your funeral, because this is the basis of what a woman's life is. A woman's life has the large responsibility of the giving of love. And if she does not do so, which is found in our areas of neglect and workload that we expect them to carry on, she will crumble. It's there. It's all throughout history. It's a very large reality. What can you do? But I want to say some more things about the puberty thing. For the males, risk-taking is very important for a male's maturity, as this is not... You see, for a female, all of these things are found in one. The risk-taking, the multiple sex before 21, blah, 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 blah. That's not necessarily required for a female unless we're going to be dealing with mature women. And we're also going to have to alter the way males look at females pertaining to age in their rate. But that will never change. And the reason why is because the majority of males in existence, I'm safe to say that when we're talking about the totality of human race, human history, all races, 70 to 80% of males are not designed to understand, court, love, or to make love to a woman. They're not biologically built. They're not physiologically built. They're not psychologically built, nor are they naturally interested. That's why they played fucking video games, and I was seeing about what these bro are talking about over here. We gonna play house, nigga. Y'all niggas do the Mario Brothers. I'm gonna go over here and play house, nigga. You understand? And that's why I've maintained the house for 20 fucking some odd years. And niggas is on the goddamn corner with the... Yeah, you doing the Bugs Bunny, nigga. Get ready, you niggas, 2022. I'm selling springs for your knuckle right here on your pointer finger, because half of you niggas gonna be on the block with the dumb ass. You understand? That's what you got going. Yeah, because we all want to be great OG. And because we all want to be great OG, your cup is so fulfilled, nigga, you can't learn a goddamn thing. You see what I'm saying? I love telling myself I don't know shit. That's how I get shit done. It's because I'm finna go figure your ass out, nigga. Since I don't know. I know I don't know. And my millennial don't tell me a goddamn thing. Your millennial ain't told you shit neither. Anybody that taught you about a motherfucking millennial ain't never showed you millennial in a goddamn microscope. That nigga ain't got no pass to a motherfucking laboratory underneath the sun and got millennial in his goddamn grill. You don't shut the fuck up talking to me, nigga. Have some motherfucking respect, nigga, and know what the fuck you saying. Have some fucking respect, bro. You haven't been in the laboratory. You have not seen melanin or melanin in any type of microscope. You have not put it in a culture dish. You have not heated it up, motherfucker. You have not seen how it will respond to other bacteria. You don't know, shut the fuck up. It's that simple. The nigga has great illusion and cloud on the brain. I like to call it fat back. Titanium cranium is what I like to call it. And you can't see straight. Illusion ass bullshit. You understand? If you're going to deal with science, get in the fucking laboratory. I deal with psychology and sociology. That is your black ass. Your white ass, your Chinese ass, nigga. All that. Psychology, sociology, simple, nigga. I go to the grocery store, see that shit. Okay? Laboratory. The earth is the planet. Okay? Psychology, sociology, nigga. Why does it take 300, 400 years for some young bald-headed, blunt-smoking ass nigga to come out here talking about some motherfucking psychology and sociology? You niggas been screaming about this religious shit for the eons, nigga. Couldn't claim a house of Israel till I came out here with the guy. Now niggas want to start yelling names and shit. Get the fuck out of here. What is the nonsense? You understand? The hooting and hollering, the repetitive discussion, and there hasn't been longevity research. You know nothing. You are spewing garbage. That's how we say it at the Money Religion. When you say garbage at the Money Religion, you say garbage. That's what this shit is. Come on, let's move. Garbage. Niggas don't even know what the fuck is going on. Garbage, nigga, is what this shit is. We finna get the fuck out of here, nigga. Okay? Got hoes waiting at the crib, nigga. That's how we do it. In the crib. Not all this see me, out and about. I want to be out and about. Fuck, I ain't wasting a goddamn dime with your dumb ass shit. I'm a grown ass man, nigga. I maintain my crib and I appreciate the roof over thine head. The domicile. You understand? Okay? Going out here dealing with a bunch of fools, nigga. Getting hunted down 24/7. Because that's all that happens with me. Let that sun reflect off this dome piece. One time, phew, phew, police everywhere. Oh, what's going on? The nigga. Oh. Yeah, exactly. I get hunted. So I got to be very careful with how I gracefully move in this motherfucker. So yeah, risk taking. You need to be at least 5 to 10 fights by 21, my nigga. You need to dibble and dabble with the experimentations of the chemistry, the chemical. You need to get intoxicated, nigga, so you know your limits. You need to sip some liquor. You need to hit a blunt. You need to see, and if you're an adult and you have a teenager in the home, you need to go ahead and let them have a wild night. Sip a little bit of this, sip a little, so they know. So you know in the future what your limitations is when it gets introduced to you. You understand? But it's definitely proven out here that there's been a lot of beta male creation. We're not going to point fingers at who created it. We're just going to make sure that it don't happen for the next generation. And we want great beasts. Okay? And women, it is up to you to create great beasts and to maintain beast. Okay? So if you fuck around, man, and you want to do all this angry shit and all this, you want to do the child support and all this other shit, you kick your man out, and then you got this old new booty weird ass fucking Pee Wee Herman nigga that you try to brag in front of at the church, nigga. You want to brag, oh yeah, I got me a man. This nigga is fucking on your daughter. You understand? Buying her new shit and all types of shit. You just think he just the shit and all this other shit. And then you want to act brand new with your fake ass crocodile tears like you ain't know. Nigga, do you know how many scenarios I ran across where the mama gave up their own daughters, nigga? You know? Just to keep it quiet here, nigga. I know you ain't gonna fuck my pussy. Look, all you gotta do is just be forceful with the pussy, old ass hag. That's all you gotta do. He gonna take it. The nigga don't need no fucking child. All you need is obedience. There are more invisible arts that will maintain the course of love in a relationship, as love is invisible, than there is the physicality. You need to be explorative in the mind. And that's one reason why I don't fuck with a lot of niggas. Because a lot of niggas do not have exploration in the mind. Their minds are very congested with bullshit. And nor do they speak in the area of detail. And devils are in the details, but details is how you build homes. You know, and that's just how there is to it. Details is how you design law. If you cannot get fine-tuned, fine-lined with your shit, then it's just, man, you know? Like, so, you know, but anyways, Any questions while I'm sitting over here rambling? I'm about to go. I got some things to do. Might hit the streets on the Wednesday night, nigga. It's been a wild day for me. Peace to Saint Illuminati. There is a saint. Her name is Saint Illuminati. Her feast day was yesterday. Oh, let's give shouts out to Saint Pimpin. We have to bring the Saint Pimpin. Yeah. And like, what is this nigga talking about Saint Pimpin? Yeah, that's why I fuck with the Catholicism, nigga. Nah, I ain't Catholic. I mean, I ain't, whatever. Everybody is. The whole planet is once you understand how this system really operates. But you see, he is the patron saint of business people, tailors, shoemakers, cloth workers, and Cremona, Italy. Cremona, Italy is where they do all of the building in the past years of the, let me show you something. Music. You see this? Like I've been saying, niggas ain't got no respect for the families who do the violins and the cellos and all of this other shit. And you see, beginning in the 16th century, Cremona became renowned as a center of musical instrument manufacture, with violins of the Madi Riguri families and later products of the Granary. See? Look at this shit. So, he stands over the music, too, and all activities that happen in this city. This is Saint Hermogenes. He is the confessor, and he rules over the money bag, too. The bag of money and the merchant's robes, the pippin. You understand? Okay? Pope Innocent. He was canonized by Pope Innocent, nigga. Okay? Yeah. Saint. Okay? So this is the saint of the pimpin'. Y'all niggas know that. He is a relevant figure in corporate culture. That's why the black world is very fearful of the PIs, because the PIs are the only ones that exemplify to the ghetto the understanding of corporate structure and how white people operate, because he has to deal with those social realms. And because he can naturally submit to it, there is a fear and a confusion and a mystery that people want to attain against said individual because they are fucking stupid. Okay? And that's just how it works. So, let's go to another one. Saints of, no, put it in there. Prostitute saints. Oh, prostitute saints. Okay, let me see here. Vitalis of Gaza. Prostitutes and day laborers. You see that? That's why I fuck with the system, because they got something for the dark side over here. They understand that the dark side is also a part of life. You understand that? And some people are born for that dark side. Vitalis, hence the word vitality, was killed with a man misunderstanding the nature of the monk's visit to the brothel, struck him on the head. Okay? Vitalis was a male. Okay? And they also have another one. The holy harlots. The harlot. 5 other prostitute saints. There's a bunch of them. I forgot that's what they're called. They're called the harlot saints. I used the wrong word. Okay? So let's look it up here. Are they mentioned on this page? No, they are not. Okay. Yeah, but there's harlot saints, man. And there's more than one. The holy harlots. Here goes one right here. Pelagia. Okay. Her feast day was celebrated on October 8th. That was not too long ago. It's probably already singing to me right now. I had to bring him through the line. Okay. She was an actress and a prominent harlot in Antioch. Okay. She was a prominent harlot in Antioch. What does the word harlot mean? Prostitution in ancient Rome. Okay. Perfumed and immodestly bareheaded, the outlines of her body were clearly visible beneath her gold cloth, pearls, and precious stones, which ran from her bare shoulders to her feet. The game. Yeah, I had to bring the saints for the game. See also Margaret the Virgin, Marina the monk, who are also confused with the conflated Pelagia. Okay? So, Pelagia the harlot. Ain't that amazing? How do you feel, people? Isn't that crazy shit? So, How did Kemet really fall? Kemet didn't fall at all. Kemet was drafted with time. And you have to respect time over here at the Money Religion. So everything goes from goes from the Coptic Church to ancient Egypt, and then Kemet, and then it merged right into a draft into Greece and drafted into the popes. You understand? There was many students of Alexandria that stemmed into Greece, stemmed into Rome, and stemmed into the medieval times. The Roman time period is when the majority of this information was drafted out of the close of Egypt underneath Ptolemy and consolidated into what we now know as the Catholic Church, is what you have to understand. What we find in the Catholic Church is basically a compilation of all old world magic systems: Mayan, Egyptian, Roman, Greece. It's all there. It's all interwoven. Words, Judaic practices, the whole thing is interwoven into medieval Catholicism, not modern. Let me make that very clear. What we study, what we enjoy here at the Money Religion is medieval Catholicism, which is why I just brought to you the information about the witchcraft and the women and the witches sucking on the teat of the cat. And this is also correlated to the third volume of my new literature that should be coming out, which is called The Hexen Hammer. Okay? So, The Hexen Hammer, The Ancient Science of Cuckoldry, and the Magical Horn is the full title of the third volume. The Encyclopedia on the Alchemy of Women is the title of the first volume, and that should be out by that should be coming by February, Valentine's Day. Hopefully. We might have a double volume album coming out too. So, yeah, it's back to back. We're smacking them down. We keep the fanny jiggling, you understand? And that's what it is. So I've been enforced into some real top-notch game out here, man. There's some real big shit waiting around the corners out here for me in this Vegas, man. And I need a fucking football team. I need a lingerie football team. You understand? You seen the lingerie football team? Let's do it. You understand? I got the professional cameras. We make it happen. Yo, so y'all get on this Clubhouse, because I'm finna do it real quick. Okay? Now, last time I told y'all to get on this Clubhouse, nobody showed up. A couple of cats showed up. The homies, they showed up. But, you know. And then y'all show up, and we discuss. Okay? And y'all can ask me questions more directly. We could do it in front of the stage. We could develop our squad of the Money Religion. This is a time period where the line definitely needs to be drawn on who is who and what is what. So, that's what we're going to talking about. The woman breastfed a cat on the plane. Yeah, that's going to be the name of the room. Okay. Witchcraft 2021, nigga. Okay. So, y'all get on the, what's the name right now? I'm about to close out here with a track here and get on to the Clubhouse, my friend. All right, and we gonna yak her for a minute. And all right, y'all catch me on there. I just set up the room right now. So y'all can get on the room right now. I'm closing out this. Okay, we're gonna do it like this every time I do a video. So every time I do a video, we're gonna do a Clubhouse right after it. So y'all go ahead and set that up and get in there. If y'all need invites to the Clubhouse, you can email me, thegod720@gmail. Just email me your phone number and I can send you an invite. Okay. So we finna play the track and get the fuck up out of here. All right. So y'all see me on the Clubhouse. Peace.
Oh, oh, Cinderella, what can I tell ya? White dress or black leather, what can I tell ya? Oh, oh, Cinderella, what can I tell ya? With a little bit of game, we'll make your life better. Oh, oh, Cinderella, what can I tell ya? White dress or black leather, what can I tell ya? Oh, oh, Cinderella, what can I tell ya? With a little bit of game, we'll make your life better. Lordy Dottie, we likes to party. I like your pretty face and your thick ass body. But you working out, folk, if you ain't trying to get naughty. And then she finally caught me in the corner of the club, trying to see my diamonds, if they really what it was. This is what it is, bitch, you ain't getting none. This is M.O.B. and I'm just here for some fun. Cause if you fuck with me, you gon' be out here on the run. Then she looking at me, smiling, confused and stunned. I gave her my phone, and she gave me a number. Let her touch on my chrome, let her sit on my leather. Then I took her fine ass home, I'm her midnight lover. Oh, oh, Cinderella, what can I tell ya? White dress or black leather, what can I tell ya? Oh, oh, Cinderella, what can I tell ya? With a little bit of game, we'll make your life better. Oh, oh, Cinderella, what can I tell ya? White dress or black leather, what can I tell ya? Oh, oh, Cinderella, what can I tell ya? With a little bit of game, we'll make your life better. I call her Cinderella and I call her Snow White, and she's looking for Dracula and don't care if we fight. Only going by her senses cause she knows it feels right. She needs the simulation, she's the lady of the night. Fuck all that waiting, she's about that life. And it's money she's chasing, that's whether wrong or right. You will give her some roses and she will send me a kite. Better break for high stakes so your future is bright. Cause it could be dim and it could be dark. So she walked up to my altar with her soul in her heart. She said, I give these two to you and just don't take them apart. And I will give you everything as soon as I start. Yes! Oh, Cinderella, what can I tell ya? White dress or black leather, what can I tell ya? Oh, oh, Cinderella, what can I tell ya? When a little bit of game will make your life better.